Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a makeup tutorial of this look right here. It's a brown smoky eye with that yellow pop on the eyelid. It's been trending a lot lately, and even though I'm a little late with the trend, I still think it's a really nice one for summer looks, and you can like mix it with a orange reddish lip like I have on today, and it is the perfect match. So if you want to see how I did this, then just keep watching. So it's really hot in here today, so I have my fan right there. That is why I'm having this photo shoot effect. So starting off with primer, today I'm going to use my new favorite primer. This is the Porefessional by Benefit. This is the best primer I've ever used. It comes out, almost looks like concealer or so. It's not white, so I actually like that about it. And this makes my skin feel so smooth. I really feel like it's making all the pores disappear, and it has a really nice kind of citrusy smell to it. And sometimes actually, like now during the summer when I'm only like off to work and I don't want to wear any foundation, I only do use this one. That's that. And for foundation today, I'm gonna use the Fit Me Matte and Poreless by Maybelline. This is in the shade 220. It may be just a teeniest little bit too dark, but we will fix that with a concealer, so it's all good. Taking some out on the back of my hand like this. I really like this. This is like one of my favorite drugstore foundations, because it really feels like skin on my face. It doesn't feel like heavy or cakey or so. I'm actually gonna take a concealer brush and apply this to my face. And as you see, it is a little bit darker than my shade. It's a little bit more yellowy, but I have a yellow undertone. So like I said, we will fix it with a little bit of concealer later. And to buff that into my skin, I'm going to use my Y6 from MORPHE. It makes all the redness disappear. And this part of your neck will always be a little bit whiter, because whenever the sun hits your face, it usually comes like from the above. And you know, then the chin area is actually protecting this area on down your neck, and that is why I always am a little bit whiter there. So I like to drag my foundation all the way down. I feel this zit breaking out so bad. Feels like by the end of the day this will be huge. I'm gonna take a little bit more and apply directly to my neck. Okay, you guys, moving on to concealer. Today I'm going to use the Fit Me concealer in the shade 20. And to buff it in, I'm going to use my beauty blender. And I also tend to go over my lid with whatever's left. Now to set that into place, I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution banana powder. And with this, I set only the part where I put concealer on. Now for contour, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro HD Concealer, and this one is in the shade Medium Bisque. This is pretty dark. I'm a little nervous it's gonna be too dark, but we will make that work, you guys. And this time I'm gonna use my Y6. Or no, actually, I'm gonna use a stipple brush, a small stipple brush by e.l.f. Looks like that. I'm doing like small circular motions. My baby hair is in the way. I feel like I got a little bit too much, so I'm blending it in with the beauty blender with whatever's left from the concealer to kind of balance everything. Okay, like that, so it blended nicely. I feel like I got it a little bit too low on this side, so I'm gonna bake that away. Now for brows, I'm gonna use the Brow Definer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is in the shade Taupe. This is my favorite brow product at the moment. So speaking of brow product, I saw Benefit recently launched their new brow product. It kind of looks like that pen when you had when you were little, you know, the one with like you could press down different colors on the top. And they made a brow product like that. So if you press down like the first one, you get like a brow pencil, then the second one, then you get like a I don't know what it was like a kind of like a pen that looks like a concealer so that you can like carve out your brows. It looked like a really cool product. Let me know if you've tried it, especially like when you're traveling or on the go. Then you just need to grab one product and you're done. Now I'm just gonna mix a little bit of that concealer with my foundation. And I'm gonna clean up the brows a little bit. Like that. And it's time to bronze up our face, so it's time to swipe away this baking situation and look at that. So moving on to bronzer, I'm gonna use my favorite bronzer at the moment. This is the Back to Bronze by L'Oreal. You can take a smaller brush and kind of set the areas where we did contour so that it stays in place. Then I like to kind of take like a big brush and bronze up the rest of my face. Just that everything like melts in real well together. And from the same series, the L'Oreal Life's a Peach blush. This is a orangey blush. I really like this for like summer days and that summer glow. And the lips today are also gonna be like orangey reddish, so this will be the perfect undertone. And I also like to go over like a little bit my forehead and nose and chin, wherever the sun hits your face naturally. And for highlight today, we're gonna use the Master Chrome by Maybelline. This is a golden highlight. It's really, really nice. It's in the shade Molten Gold. I like to put a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Not too much, so it doesn't look like you just drank milk. The tip of the nose. I like to take my finger and apply some to the inner corner. And cheekbones. Okay, so for eyeshadow palette today, we're gonna use the Morphe Base Layer palette. This is the 15D, and it looks like this. This is one of my favorite palettes, you guys. I love the range of shades, all the browns and shimmers and foils and orangey shades, golden. I'm all for this palette. First of all, I'm gonna go in with a fluffy blending brush. This one's just from a regular Morphe bundle. And I'm gonna start with the shade Natural and put that into the crease. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna take this shade Upbeat and apply that into the crease as well, but with a little bit smaller brush. And this will give your eye even more definition. And while I'm at it, I'm also gonna go over my lower lash line. Then I also like to go back to the bigger one and just go over everything so you blend everything together nicely. And next up is the shade Forever, and just pick that up with a like big fluffy one as well and add to the crease because I want it to look a little bit more brown than orangey. And I think a good eye look is always about layering. So you have to work with your layers in different shades and the end result will be perfect. You know, it takes a little time to get it perfect, so be patient and just work with that blending and blending and blending and keep blending. And again, I'm going in with a smaller one into that same shade Forever and adding to the lower lash line. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer on a concealer brush, and I'm not gonna cut the crease, but just add this as a base because I want to use a yellow shade today, and the only yellow shade I do have. So the only yellow shade I own is this one from the palette, the brand Flormar. I'm not so familiar with this brand otherwise, so it is quite pigmented though, but I feel like I'm gonna get a much better result if I add a base to it. And again, I'm not gonna cut the crease. I don't want it to be perfect. I'm just putting this kind of where I want the yellow shade later. And then you can just take your finger and dab this all out, because now wherever you put the concealer, the yellow shade will be popping. Now I'm taking a flat brush like this. I'm going into that yellow shade. I like it. And I'm trying to pack it on with the flat brush. Do not like blend or drag that much. Just tap and pack it onto your eye. And I'm stopping kind of in the middle, a little bit further to the outer corner, because I want that outer corner to be like smoky brown eye. And going back to the Morphe palette, I will now use the shade Epic and adding this in between the yellow and the crease color to blend them together nicely. And then you do want to go back and forth with the bigger one just to blend all that together nicely as usual. I'm actually going to pick up an even smaller brush. This one's pretty busted, but I do like it, so it's a small brush like this. I'm gonna mix this shade called Desert with Sweet. I'm gonna focus this really to the outer V. So moving on to liner. Today I'm not gonna use any liquid liner. I'm gonna just use a Kohl liner. This one is actually a dark brown one. I really like this shade. It looks like this. And this one is actually by H&M, but it's really soft and easy to work with, so I do like it. So I'm gonna add this really closely to my lash line. And then I'm gonna go over with a black shade to kind of intensify that. But still, I want that soft situation, nothing like harsh as a liquid liner. I'm also adding some to the upper waterline, so I don't see that skin colored gaps in between. Then what I like to do, I like to use a smudger. This one is, I don't know where from, I don't remember, but it's just a smudger like this. And smudge out the liner. There we go. This is the smudger brush, and this is the M213 by Morphe. And I'm gonna pick up a black shadow. I don't have a black shadow in the Morphe palette, so I'm gonna take the one in the Makeup Revolution palette. I'm picking up a small amount just at the tip of the brush and going over that Kohl liner. And I will also do the lower waterline with this one. I feel like this gives my eye just a little bit more smoky effect. Then with whatever is left on the brush, I'm gonna go over that black. If you want, you can add a little bit more brown shade to this. Okay, now I'm gonna add some mascara and lashes, and I will be right back. And by the way, for lashes, I will be using the NYX Be Wicked ones, and these ones are called WL07. Okay, so lashes are on, and for the lip combo today, we are gonna use Maybelline and NYX drugstore products. Lip liner is the Orange County by NYX, and this is the Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Rebel Red 35. So this one's a little bit orangey, and the Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick is red, and I kind of want that something in between, so I'm gonna mix the two together today. And now I'm gonna top it off with the liquid lipstick, and I don't want too much product, so I think I'm gonna go in just like that, and then dab it out with a brush. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you did like it. I do enjoy it. The only thing, if you want to make that yellow shade pop even more, use a lid primer, like a proper lid primer. This time I used just leftovers, like from my concealer, like whatever was left on the brush. So it's not popping as much as I would like to, but yeah, if you want to make that yellow shade pop even more, use a lid primer or like a more proper base, like the MAC Soft Ochre, I believe it's pronounced. It's one of the like top 5 best things I can tip you guys about. So yeah, this was all for today. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!